Look, you've experienced this yourself, but I'm watching what they're doing to Elon. Frankly, these are like acts of terrorism to me. Then we have, death threats this guy is facing. What has he done that's so bad? What has he done that deserves that level of rage and hatred? Can you tell me?
Absolutely nothing, Sean. And that's the crazy part. This is why the approval rating of the Democrat Party is somewhere around 31%. It's why it's no longer cool to be a Democrat. Everybody's come over to the Republican Party because this stuff is just pure lunacy. The way they behaved on Tuesday night, chasing after J.D. Vance and his 3-year-old daughter, is just absolutely disgraceful and disgusting. And I'll tell you one thing. Once upon a time, it used to be that there was a bipartisan goal of rooting out fraud, waste, and abuse, that everybody could agree on that until, of course, the person who was actually rooting out the fraud, waste, and abuse was Donald Trump, and alongside of him, Elon Musk. And now, if you notice, they're employing the exact same, attack him and take him down at all costs and any cost tactics that they used against Donald Trump. They're attacking his character. They've called him a Nazi. They're going after his businesses. They're vandalizing property. They're doing any and everything they can to this man. And it's really horrific to see, because what is Elon getting for all of this? Much like Donald Trump, he didn't need this job, Sean. He's not taking a salary. It's actually laughable every time you hear these people on the left say Elon's enriching himself and his friends. You just talked about it. This guy is losing money because of what he's doing, but he understands the importance of this moment. We cannot continue in perpetuity spending the way we are. We cannot survive as a country. So people ought to be kissing the feet of Elon Musk and Donald Trump for being the two people to actually do this. But these folks on the left are going to continue down this path. And you know what? They're going to continue to lose the support of the American people. They ought to be ashamed of themselves, but I know not a single one of them is.
My entire life and career, I have never supported a boycott, called for a firing, or wanted a cancellation. Just the opposite. I have supported people that I disagree with, like Bill Maher, for example. I did not think he should get fired from politically incorrect. Just one example of many. And I don't believe in cancellation. I don't believe in cancel culture. And I know maybe it's not going to make up a difference, but you know what? After I drove my friend's Tesla, I went and I already picked out the one I want. It's called what is it called? The S-Plaid. And do you realize this thing, an electric vehicle, has 1,006 horsepower and goes from 0 to 62 in 2.0 seconds. And this thing rips, and you can go about 400 miles without a charge. And I don't drive enough to go further than 400 miles, so I'm good. And maybe it's just a gesture on my part, and I like new technology, but it's just a way of saying, look what they're doing to this guy. Look what they're doing to these dealers. Look what's going to happen to the workers at Tesla, the salespeople, the people on the line that are going to lose their job. It's the #1 American-made car. It has more American parts in it than any other car made in our country. Well, I looked through the list of stuff that he's done, and I don't really see the reason to hate him. And they hate him.
And they used to love him. That's the crazy part. That's the ironic part. Of course, I kind of pegged you more for a Cybertruck guy, but you do you, Sean, whatever you want. I love that for you. But I love that you're supporting Elon. And what's happened with Donald Trump is it's never been hotter to get your hands on anything Trump. All the Trump properties are doing fantastically. Trump shoes, you can't get a pair of them even if you try. And I have a feeling that as time goes on and as people start to realize what they're attempting to do to Elon, I hope to see that happen as well. I hope everyone goes out and supports him. And look, this guy's got more money than he's ever going to know what to do with, but it's the gesture, to your point. We should say thank you to Elon Musk for taking his time, for taking the abuse. He doesn't need any of it. And that's the part that I think is so amazing.
Grateful.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I got to believe there's a part